website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey! What I'm going to show you in this video is how to absolutely raise to the level of being able to play a professional blues solo that really sounds together, that really sounds like, you can go into a studio and record a blues album. Because the reason why we don't get to that place, or it takes too long for us to even, dream about it, is because we approach it in the wrong way, if that's what we want anyway. Because what we're naturally inclined to do is to continue to something new all the time. So we focus on a blues lick, we play, and then we say, oh, that's cool, that's interesting, and we play it for as long as we think it's interesting. And then we stop, then we go for something new. Everybody does that. We buy a new jacket, we're really happy for a couple of days, and then we look for something new all the time, right? And the same thing goes for licks, for chords, for songs, whatever. So we never really, always stop when we're kind of good at it, right? Or when we can do it. But we never push to the level where we can really do it. People who are at the top level didn't play for 40 years. That's not the key. It's not like, okay, they did what we other guys did, right? And then they just did that for long enough, and then they became pros. It doesn't happen like that. You only get to that level by focusing. I know a lot of people who's been playing for 30, 40 years and they're still intermediates. They can't get that. And then they imagine that the reason why there are people who can actually play it at that level is because they are specially talented, but they're not. You only have to focus, right? My whole skill level changed the day where I began to say, okay, I might not be able to learn everything. But if I can learn to go like, and sound like, the most experienced blues player in the world, then, then I will have reached that level. Maybe just with that one thing, that one note. But that is worth it, right? That's what I want. I want that. I want that. I want to be able to do that, not that, right? I don't want to play like him. I want to play like him. So just take a little bitty thing and then focus intensely on that until it's at that level. That's absolutely the way to get there, right? And I say this over and over again, but this is so uncommon that we actually listen because it's so counterintuitive. Your monkey brain, your mammal brain, your caveman brain is going to tell you that you're wasting your time as you're focusing on just playing that one note and getting it perfect, right? So the way to go from beginner even to an absolute blues soloing pro is to focus intensely on a little thing and then expanding that little thing. So let me give you an example. Let me get a good little, like I had before. See if I can make that. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. So what I want to do here is I want to take one note. This is is an E blues, and I want to take one note. And in this case, I have my first position blues scale shape in the 12th fret here, right? So I'm taking the note in the 14th fret on the G string, and I'm bending it up one whole tone, and then I'm holding it there, and then I'm doing some vibrato. That's the exercise. That's what I want to become good at. So I first learn to bend. I don't go for vibrato yet. First the bending, right? Not too much. And in the beginning, I might want to go. Right? And it has to sound perfect first off. Don't accept, you might want to try it 10, 20 times, but then go for perfect. We're practicing very little, but in order to get it right. and I'm doing an upstroke pinch harmonic. I'm hitting the string with my first finger, my index finger a little bit to get the note right. And I'm muting the string before I begin again, and I'm not taking it down like, right? I'm muting it once it's up there, and before I take it down. Put my pick in place so I can do it again. I release the string and I go. And try a little bit of vibrato here. And when I get better, I can. And I might want to practice my vibrato without the bending first. I become really good at that. So I spent like an idiot. I just get. And then I can, start, fooling around with it and going. Stopping it. And you really use your ear to listen for when it's in tune and when it's not, right? So I might do the same thing with the 12th fret on the G string with my first finger. But I want it to be perfect. Don't settle for good, like, oh, it's good enough. No. I might want to end on the E there, on the D string in the 14th fret. Right? Learn the vibrato, focus on it, do it over and over again. Do a slow bend, but have it be perfect. It has to sound exactly like the guy you're looking up to. B.B. King, whatever, Stevie Ray Vaughan, whoever you. And then I'm expanding what I know here. I stay in this place and I'm expanding with pull-offs and. Right? So that's the key to just, and you can have like a simple track running in the background like that. And then you just, you sit like a maniac, just, like just over and over again, like for hours. And people are going, are you sick? Is there something wrong with you? But you're just boiling. That's what it takes, right? And that's what the blues is really about anyway, right? Is making the most out of very little. So it's the perfect training ground for soloing, really. So, and that's the way, have the highest standard possible. Don't go, oh, I could never. Yes, you could. Stop the freaking mediocrity. Stop it. It's absolutely bogus. It's a lie that you cannot go for the top right away. With no skills, never seen a guitar in your entire life. Pick one note, practice, the muting of it, practice getting the pitch harmonic right. And then learn to speak that one note incessantly, obsessively, right? Focus on it until you absolutely reach that point and don't stop. Once you have that, people are going to say, hey, he's a blues player. You get a new identity. Oh, he's that guy who plays like way, it sings like, and he did it in 2 months, right? He's a genius. And then you start, you have expectations to live up to suddenly, which inspires you to practice and focus even more, to expand that little place on the neck. Right? And then you develop from there, out from that place of total skill, and then you develop it, add new notes to it, be able to slide and do it. But it's the same little thing you're playing. It's the same core you're focusing on that you are expanding from, and then out, until you're absolutely, with everything you do in that area there, a top blues player.
Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.